Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to calculate the perimeter of shapes. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to be able to calculate the perimeter of basic shapes. So the perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape, and it can be measured in centimeters, meters, kilometers, etc. If we want to find the perimeter of this rectangle, we need to make sure we add up all of the sides of the shape, so even the ones that were not given. So this side would be 15 centimeters, and this side would be 2 centimeters. So the perimeter will be all the sides added together. So the perimeter is 34 centimeters. Now the word congruent means the same. So if two sides are congruent, that means they're the same length. And we denote this with dashes through the sides that are the same. So you can see on the shape below, there's 2 sides with dashes through them, so they're both 6 meters. So this time we want to calculate the perimeter of this shape. So we need to make sure we add together all of the sides. Now one of the sides isn't given, but because it's got a dash through it, that means it's the same as the 4 centimeter side. So we need to make sure we include that as well. So the perimeter is 18 centimeters. Remember, you only need to add up all of the sides, so we don't include the 6 centimeters in the middle because that's not a side. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So for this question, you need to make sure you add up all of the sides. So we need to make sure we include that side as well, that's 6 meters. So it's 6 plus 4 plus 6, which is 16 meters. In this question, again, we need to find the perimeter of the shape, and we need to check that all of the sides are in the same units. Now 3 of the sides are in centimeters, but 1 of the sides are in meters. So we need to change that so it's in centimeters. So 0.41 meters is 41 centimeters. Now we can add up all the sides. So the perimeter is 105 centimeters. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers, there's your amber answers, and there's your red answers. And now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to calculate the perimeter of compound shapes. So a compound shape is made up of other shapes. So this would be an example of a compound shape because it's made up of 2 rectangles. Now if we want to find the perimeter of the shape, we need to make sure we add up all of the sides. So if we were just to add up the sides that we were given, this would be the wrong answer. For a question like this, we've got to work out the lengths of the missing sides first. So this side would be 5 centimeters, and this side would be 6 centimeters. Now we've got all the side lengths, we can add them all together. So the perimeter is 30 centimeters. Here's another example. So I want to find the perimeter of this shape. So I've got two missing sides, so I need to work out what those are first. So this side would be 33 millimeters, because it's going to be 14 millimeters plus 19 millimeters. And this side would be 16 millimeters. 33 millimeters take away 17 millimeters. Now I can find the perimeter by adding up all the sides. So the perimeter is 132 millimeters. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So for this question, we find the lengths of the missing sides first. So this side is 7 centimeters, and this side is 4 centimeters. Now we can find the perimeter by adding together all the sides. So the perimeter of this shape is 26 centimeters. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. There's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. Now we've completed success criteria 2, so now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to find algebraic expressions for the perimeter of shapes. So this question asks us to find an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So the first thing we've got to do is write down what the missing sides are. So we've got one side that's A and the other side that's A plus B. Then to find an expression for the perimeter, we add each of these sides together. Now we can simplify this expression by adding together all the A's. So that's 4A, and then we add together the B's. So that's 2B. So an expression for the perimeter of this rectangle would be 4A plus 2B. Here's another question. Again, we want to find an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So we write down what the missing sides are. So that side is 6B, and this is 4A minus 2B. And to find the perimeter, we add together all the sides. Now we can simplify this. If we start with the A's, we've got 4A plus 4A, which is 8A. Then we do the B's. 6B take away 2B plus 6B take away 2B. So 6B take away 2B is 4B. 4B plus 6B is 10B. And 10B take away 2B is 8B. So the expression for the perimeter of this rectangle is 8A plus 8B. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. And there's your amber answers. And now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to apply to problem solving questions. So this parallelogram is made up of congruent triangles. That means all the triangles are the same size. Work out the perimeter of the shape. So we know the base of each triangle is 3 centimeters. So those two sides are both 3 centimeters, which means this side, the diagonal, is 6 centimeters. So the diagonal of the triangle is 6 centimeters. That means this side is 6 centimeters, and the side opposite is also 6 centimeters. And this side is 9 centimeters, and so is the opposite side. So the perimeter of the parallelogram is going to be 30 centimeters. Here's another example. Charlie is building a fence around her local park. The park is in the shape shown below. It costs £14.50 for a 1.5 metre pack of fencing. How much will it cost Charlie to build a fence around the whole park? So we want to find the perimeter of the park first of all. So we need to work out the perimeter. So we find the missing sides. So that side is 7.95 meters. And this side is 4.2 meters. So the total perimeter is going to be 28.5 meters. So to work out how many packs she needs, we divide that by 1.5. So she needs 19 packs of fencing, and each pack costs £14.50. So the total cost is going to be £275.50. Here are 2 questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. Here are your answers. So for the green question, each rectangle measures 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and we want to find the perimeter of this shape. So we can fill in what we know. And then we can work out any missing lengths, because we know that side is 4 centimeters and the whole thing is 10 centimeters. So this little bit here must be 6 centimeters. So this side is 4 centimeters. This side is 6 centimeters. This side is 4 centimeters. And this side is 6 centimeters. So the total perimeter will be all of the sides added together. So that's 84 centimeters. For the amber question, first of all, if we work out the perimeter of the rectangle, so that's 320 meters. And the number of cones, we need to divide that by 0.8. So we need 400 cones. Let's have a look at a question like this now. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 24 centimeters, and we want to work out the value of A. So if we start by doing an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle and making that equal 24. So we can say that 2A plus 16 equals 24. So to work out A, I can take 16 off both sides. So 2A is 8. And then I can divide both sides by 2. So A equals 4. In this question, the length of a rectangle is 7 millimeters longer than the width. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 34 millimeters, what is the width of the rectangle? So if we do this in a diagram and call the width of the rectangle x, that means the length must be x plus 7. So an expression for the perimeter would be 4x plus 14, and we're told the perimeter is 34, so that must equal 34. To find the value of x, I need to take off 14 from both sides. So 4x equals 20. And then I divide both sides by 4. So x equals 5. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. There's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the other videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.